Happy Wine Wednesday.
Yeah,
Cheers.
here we are. Good evening, Mira Boucher.
Hey, guess what, guys? It's my birthday. I have been
It's
spoiled for like 24 hours. It's been amazing.
it's also Happy Hour Wine Wednesday. There you
Yeah.
go. What a coincidence, eh? That your birthday this year falls up like right on a Wednesday. That is amazing.
Special day, right? Extra,
Special day
extra
all
special.
day, every day. Especially today and last night, it was pretty cool. So, welcome everyone, Girls Wine Club members, Canadian wine lovers, all of you guys across the country. Nice to have you all. It is, just like Mira said, it's Wednesday, August 4th. It's my business partner, my wife, the best mom in the world. This is our birthday
Oh.
today. So, cheers, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. It's going to be an awesome show. We're going to have a lot of fun. And yeah, I can't wait. 5:30, we're gonna have a special guest, someone who just brought home double gold at the last All Canadian Wine Championship, someone who just made history. So yeah, and for the first half an hour, you know what? I want to talk a little bit about Bellaterra because it is what it is. We just have our monthly offer. We have a new monthly offer with Bellaterra. I want to talk a little bit about that. But I want to hear Mira talking a little bit about her favorite wines that she had in the last couple of months. Because guess what? It's her birthday after all, so why not listening to her just a tad? No? No?
Put me on the spot. Why not? Sure.
So, yeah. Hey, everyone, if you guys are tuning in, please in the chat box. There you go, Steven. That's what I'm talking about. In the chat
Thank
box,
you.
I want to see some love for for Madame Boucher, the one, the brain behind the whole operation here. So I want to see some love there. Some happy birthday. Let me know, what are you drinking tonight? Because we are drinking. Mira's drinking some double gold here. Mira has the the
Heart of
go ahead, Mira.
gold.
Heart of Gold from Castoro
Heart
de
of
Oro, wine
gold.
in the
That
can. I'm
one.
drinking some Chardonnay. Surprise, surprise. What a surprise. Yes, I am drinking Chardonnay because you know me. I love Chardonnay. So, this is their brand new can here. So, yeah, we're drinking wine in a can. I may have a couple special thing in the back burner for her tonight. All depend how she feel. So we'll see. We'll see. I really like your new little thing that you got on, Mira. It must be
Yes.
something
So,
brand new that you just bought today.
yep. Carl took me on a little impromptu shopping spree. We were like, oh, we've only got two of the three kids with us. Let's go get some clothes that we've needed for ages. It was fantastic. Yeah, I've been so spoiled thanks to this guy. So last night we went up to Fitz, which is just in Peachland near West Kelowna. If you've ever been there, shout out in the comments. It's a pretty spectacular view. It's a vineyard, Fitz. They do mainly sparkling wines. View of the lake, and it's just stunning, overlooking the vineyard and the lake. Old vineyard site. It's just amazing. And what's more is they're smart up there. They're smart. So what they did is, rather than trying to do, amazing wines and have an amazing restaurant, which a lot of wineries struggle with, right? Because it's hard to do both. They instead I guess leased or sold part of their space to a guy who already has a successful restaurant, a chef that runs a successful steakhouse in West Kelowna, and he opened kind of a branch of his restaurant out there, and it's fabulous.
Fantastic.
So
The food is really good, eh? Fresh, tasty, well made. And to me, what I really enjoyed there was like the space. Man, that is so much space outside on the patio. You don't feel cramped. There you go, Mira digging into our
baked
bake
brie
brie
and
with the little blackberry, blackcurrant compote jam on the top. The little thing. Here you go. Who's that good-looking guy? I don't know.
Yeah, so they had some pretty good brute sparkling. I enjoyed it with our baked brie and what was that, Carl? It was the
That's the taco, the tuna
tuna.
taco. So tuna tartar tacos. You can see the truffle or the truffle fries. Also, we got the calamari. The kids, the kids
Love that.
meal. It's funny because one of our two kids ordered a burger. It is an absolute giant burger for the kids. So I had a half burger after. But I really like the view. I like I like the space on the patio. It scream like vineyard out there. So no,
It's
very
just
awesome,
amazing.
awesomely made. Yeah, we had a long walk after on the property between the vines, and yeah, like shout out to the team at Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Well done, absolutely. I think that I would like to see one of our first Carl's Wine Club in-person event right there.
It's just beautiful. It's just so nice and accessible. Like the parking's right there. It's easy to reach places. So Stephen has a great question. So we're going to be chatting wine in cans. That's what I'm drinking tonight. One of these wine in cans just won double gold at the All Canadian Wine Championships in a blind tasting. Pretty cool. But Stephen has a great question. So right now we have a pack available, very limited amount of their brand new Chardonnay in there, as well as the 3 other cans. And they're in cases of 24, like you can see here, because that's how they ship them. That's how they're set up to ship them.
Oh, and guess
so
what?
on.
That's funny because, and we'll talk with Bruno about that. Bruno is the owner, founder of the winery. But and the biggest problem they have, because they were the first one to get in the can. After that, you had Joie, and now there's like at least a dozen winery who does wine in the can in 200 mils. But at first, the problem was the chain supply, the supply chain, in a sense that like the box for 24 cans that did not exist before. They did not have the size. They did not have lid for 200 mils can. They did not have a little clip to open the can. Like there's many thing that they were made in let's say on order by Castoro de Oro. But the box that you just saw, if Mira can put the picture back on
Yes.
that you just showed, that Castoro de Oro box that you can see there on the picture, this is made on order, especially custom made for Castoro de Oro because of the size. So unfortunately, for shipping purposes, shipping 12, basically they don't have the right shipping boxes for that. Yes.
Yeah. So I just said, we'll send some for sure. I don't know if the winery will officially do it, but Stephen, for you, anything. Oh my God. So yeah, just let me know how many and
Yeah, we can order it from here and we can repackage it from here and ship it to you, Stephen. That's not and you know what? We can even drop it off at your place when we drive there next week.
yes, we're driving by actually on probably Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So that might work out really well. We're going to Victoria to visit my parents. Guess what? My parents are having their 50th, can you believe this? 50th wedding anniversary. So I went online and I requested, because, as taxpayers, part of what our tax dollars go to, guys, is to have dignitaries send really nice notes of congratulations to people. So you can request this and it's free. And you can go say, oh, we have a wedding anniversary, or we got a big milestone birthday or something. And then the prime minister, the governor general, the premier, the mayor, all these people will send you really nice letters with their big signature and stuff. It's kind of cool. So I had that for my parents, and they're going to get congratulatory notes from everybody, right up to the governor general and the lieutenant governor, everyone, the prime minister, but not the queen. The queen only does 60-year anniversaries. So something to aspire to, so you can get a notice from the queen too.
Well, they're going to get there anyway, so.
I sure hope so.
What I would like to hear, because we're going to spend a week on the island, so if anyone of you guys are free between the 10th and the 17th or the 18th, let us know who would like to meet and which winery should we visit on Vancouver Island. So please, guys, get that in the notes. I would like to review that later on, and I would like to see your suggestion. I would like to hear what you know about what's our member know, what winery you would like to send us. Carl and Mira on vacation, because yeah, we kind of be on vacation. Oh, I have a story for all of you. So we're talking about next Wednesday wine happy hour. We're talking about that, and she said, okay, we need to travel on Tuesday so we can relax and do wine Wednesday from a place somewhere on the island. And I'm like, hey, we're on vacation. How about we take a Wednesday off? Oh my God, it didn't turn out very well. I got the what are you talking about?
This is a vacation.
There's no way we can do that. So anyway, I tried to request a week off. I got shut down. It was a category. No, not a chance.
Well, Carl, you can take the night off next Wednesday, and I can just come online and, live from a winery on the island or something.
Whoa. What about me?
But you said you want a day off. That sounds good.
So yeah, that was because I wanted to take you somewhere, No. I'm just joking. There's no vacation for Carl and Mira. There's no such thing for Carl's Wine Club. We'll be back next Wednesday on vacation. Yeah. I'll be on vacation talking to all of you guys.
We'll
find a nice spot. We'll find a nice spot.
Because Carl, for like the first time in I don't know how many decades, Carl will be camping for a night.
Oh, fuck.
Probably 2 nights. Yeah, just in the backyard of my sister's house because the kids really want to go camping, but Carl's not the camping type. So it will be an interesting experiment. Must visit Enrico Winery, Yannick says. I was there 2 weeks ago. Great wines. Enrico, yeah, I've never heard of that one. Amazing.
There you go.
Thanks, Yannick.
Let's keep the suggestion coming. While you guys do that, I want to talk a little bit about Bella Terra, because first and foremost, we want to apologize to everyone who tried to order Bella Terra yesterday and today. There was a problem on the link that we sent, and it was going to a weird jot form link and blah, blah, blah. We got a ton of email. Yeah. Either me, either Mira, or either one of our kids playing with our phone deleted the darn form. The jot form that you see, it's one of the tools that we have to put your order in and to connect with the winery. Anyway, long story short, I'm not going to go in detail. It was completely deleted. So we don't know how that happened. So that's why when you guys try to click on that Bella Terra jot form, it was going nowhere. So today we're at the kangaroo farm.
Oh, wait. I have a picture of this. Okay. Look at this.
So we were kangarooing. I can say that here, right? Because the kids were kangarooing. And I get these emails like back, like 6 or 7 emails. Carl, I tried to order Bella Terra. It's not working. So here we go. Mira leaving the farm, going in the car at 34 degrees and pull the computer and redo the form for like a 45-minute while we were kangarooing. So
Martin's worried about you making a fire, Carl
Boucher. Okay, everyone. Okay, this guy here that you're seeing on LinkedIn is my best friend. We grew up together in Chicoutimi, up north Quebec, and he's making fun at me now, talking about camping, because we were not the type of camper. Anyway, Martin Tremblay, ça fait plaisir de te voir, ça fait plaisir que merci de te connecter et de nous écouter. Bienvenue à notre Wednesday Happy Hour, à tous les gens du Québec, à tous les amateurs de vin canadiens de l'Est du pays. Un beau bonjour. Merci de vous connecter à nous. Les francophones du nord de l'Ontario, les gens du Nouveau-Brunswick, tous les amateurs de vin canadien francophones, un beau bonjour. Aujourd'hui, mercredi, on parle de vin en canne. Oui, 20 en canne, ça sonne quasiment surréel. Il y a 5 ans de ça, on aurait toujours pensé que le vin en canne serait de la boîte. Ça serait pas du bon vin à boire. Ça, c'est du vin de premium qualité. Ça vient du Golden Mile, une des meilleures sous-appellations de Osoyoos Oliver. Les vins viennent de gagner la double médaille d'or au dernier championnat canadien des vins. Donc, une révolution dans le domaine des vins. En dégustation à l'aveugle, ça s'est jamais vu du vin en canne qui ont battu tous les vins en bouteille. Donc, c'est le fun pour apporter avec vous autres. Camper, if you want to go camping, yeah.
Which Carl is going camping next
week. You can bring wine in the can with you. I told you, everything makes sense now. Martin Tremblay, un gros merci. Un gros merci. Yeah, so now this is pretty cool because these wine in the can, we're going to talk about that with Bruno a little later on because the owner will join us in 20 minutes. I had an absolute blast. I joined him last Thursday to see the canning session because I was really curious to see like how the machine does that work. Oh man, this is so compact. This is so versatile. And it's like you can like everything can change on a dime. Like it's super, super cool the way that they organize all that. So it was really, really impressive. And guess what? With premium juice, 100% from the Golden Mile. This is at $9 tax in. This is 2 full glasses of wine of premium juice. Unoaked Chardonnay. There's the 2018 juice Merlot for the Merlot. The Pinot Duetto is the rosé with Pinot Noir and Pinot Blanc, and also the Art of Gold, the double gold medalist. So such amazing wine.
That is pretty special.
Was I just about to talk about Bellaterra before we start talking about camping and one of my closest friends start making fun of me?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what we were talking about, right?
That's exactly it. I was going to suggest, if you want real quick, I can bring up that canning thing if you want to talk us through it, but maybe we'll get lots.
We were just about talking about, I was just apologizing to everyone about the link while we were kangarooing.
Yeah,
you fixed the link and now it's all fixed for everyone. And now we just got a big order as well for the, I think we're out of the 2019 Chardonnay Surly. That's the bad news. We'll have to switch to the 2020 Chardonnay Surly. The good news is it's that vintage is the best vintage ever on Niagara-on-the-Lake region. And that 2020, from what I heard, I haven't received my sample yet. It's on the way. It's probably like they put it in the mail last week. So it should be arriving to our house. We're going to be reviewing it. At the second that it gets home, we'll put it in the fridge and we'll come back. We'll come back live to taste that Chardonnay Surly 2020. But what I heard from the winery, it's even better than the 2019. So it's been a crowd favorite. It's been my favorite. It's been last year, 2020, Carl's Wine Club, the value wine of the year. But unfortunately, we're out. Someone just put a big order. And now this is our monthly feature. Mira had that amazing idea to connect with Bellaterra again and do a monthly pack. So it's going to be available all month long. 4 different whites and 2 different reds. One of the Pinot Noir 17 just won gold at the All Canadian Wine Championship. This one, we served that en première at our Canadian winemaker dinner series that we've done in Calgary earlier this year, I should say. So this is in the pack as a bonus pick. We have the wonderful 92 plus point Fumé Blanc that we've tasted with my in-laws this week, and Mira absolutely fell in love with that wine. So how about, Mira, you give us just a quick shout out about the Fumé Blanc 2017 vintage.
So we just loved it. My brother-in-law loves Rumbauer Chardonnay from California, and he says that Fumé Blanc might just become his new favorite. So I guess if you like the oakier kind of white wines, right? The oak
But
influence on
before
there.
you scare all of our listeners, before you scare all of the members, you say, "Wow, Rumbauer, it's way too oaky."
Yeah, and that's the thing he said too. This is a lot more refreshing. It's got more of that zing in it, right? So
Yeah,
it was just one of those wines that I went, wow, this is great.
yeah.
I loved it. I've never tasted Rumbauer Chardonnay. I'm basically just a newbie that only knows
No,
hundreds
no,
and
but
hundreds of
the
Canadian
reference
wines.
point that you're making here, it's a great one because it was his favorite white. And now, after tasting that, and he likes the oak flavors, he loved the oak influence in his wine. And this, definitely, it's a Sauvignon Blanc. That's why we call it Fumé Blanc. It's a Sauvignon Blanc with oak influence who's been aged and also fermented in barrel. So, and the creaminess, the texture, the depth, the the subtlety that you get when you go deeper into the wines are just fantastic. So, and what did you get in that wine, Mira? What was your favorite thing? Was it the texture? Was it the length? Was it the oak flavors? What did you like so much about it?
You know, there's few wines where I get to say like, wow, it's like a journey. Like there's quite a bit of complexity, but it all feels so balanced. So with this one, it just felt so balanced. It was just so easy to enjoy it. It made sense, you know?
It does.
And
It
it was
does.
in like, I just was getting more and more excited. The more sips I took, I was like, oh, this is like interesting, but it's good. And I really want to taste it with some smoked cheese because there's a little bit of like a buttery, a tiny bit of butteriness or something in there.
Yeah.
Reminds me of some nuts or like a nutty influence. And yeah, it was great. I just
It
loved it.
was
So I think
great.
it was the experience. I don't know. I'm not like you. Like Carl can remember a wine he tasted 6 months, 5 years, 10 years ago. And he can say, oh yeah, I remember it had this really interesting cassis flavor at the end. He'll say that. And I'm like, how do you remember things like that? I don't know. I remember more about how I felt about it. But,
And I knew that you were feeling very good because we had an absolutely amazing time. I think we're now on the 4 days of Mira's birthday, half week or week, and that was the start of that beautiful journey when we cracked that bottle. So anyhow, the
lots of
Bellaterra
fun.
monthly offer it's on right now all month, and that Fumé Blanc is one of the feature and one of the highlight, I should put it that way. And also we have the sparkling rosé, who is made with 95% Vidal, with a splash of Merlot in there. It was one of my top wine of the International Rosé Day. I gave it a 92 point. We also have the Sauvignon Blanc, the baby Sauvignon Blanc, let's put it that way. You got the Fumé Blanc, but you also have more of the bright, more of the traditional, more modern style of Sauvignon Blanc from that specific Bellaterra vineyard on Niagara-on-the-Lake. So this is another offer. And the Bellaterra Red blend is a blend of Cap Franc, Cap Sauvignon, and Merlot. One of my favorite barbecue option of the summer. So this is our monthly feature. Get on the link now. The link is working and it's going to be available. And also free shipping across the country. Also 2 tumbler wine as a free bonus. So
Those
Bellaterra.
little glasses. You'll see them if you're in the VIP group. People love these little glasses. They're super cute.
Yeah, they are
I love them.
awesome.
Yeah.
And
So that's so much fun. We always like working
next
with
week, where are we going next week? Just a quick little spark here, a little flash of what we're doing next week. We're going to Caledon. There's 2 wineries in Caledon at the moment. A third one is building, but there's Black Market, one of our favorite, owned by our good friend Rob Hammersley. But there's also Skaha Vineyard, Crazy Legs Skaha Vineyard. So next week we're switching across the street and we're going to see Sue and Jerry at Skaha Lake with an outstanding 10 wine selection in our offer. This is kind of mythic. It's kind of iconic. This kind of almost cult. They're producing like 150 cases of each label. Some of them, like the Equus 17, 50 cases was produced. So crazy. We're going there next week. I can't wait. We tasted their wine this weekend. I did all of the tasting notes. This is fantastic. This is super exciting. So we have our special guest is waiting in the green room right now. I can see him. He's excited. He just poured a wine in a can in his glass. He is one of my favorite guys to spend time with. And I know sometimes I can feel it like I'm talking to myself because he's a guy that he's not shy of putting a little F word here, F word there, and like these are great conversation. This is my kind of conversation. I love it. This guy is a self-taught. He believes in what he does. He has a belief in his product. And when he started the product in can, like he was probably the only one to believe that it's going to be revolutionary. It's going to turn upside down the world of wine around him. And he's still talking to him. It's just so refreshing because he believes that these little thing here, it's the future of the wine. And I love his enthusiasm.
So yes, so they just won double gold, and we're super thrilled to have Bruno Kelle from Castoro de Oro to talk a little bit more about the story. So I'm going to add you to the screen here, Bruno.
There you go. He's on.
There you go.
Hi, guys.
Bruno,
Nice
how's it going?
Happy birthday, by the way, Mira.
Thank you.
August babies are awesome. I know. I just had my birthday 2 days ago, so we're both awesome, right?
Happy belated birthday. I'm celebrating starting with the Heart of Gold tonight.
Well, me too. I'm drinking that too. I'm not used to the camera. Okay, there we go.
There you go. You got it. Thanks for joining us. That's fantastic.
Bruno, a big congratulations on the big award. I want to congratulate you and Stella. I would like to congratulate all of the team, but it's you and Stella.
Pretty small team. It's a pretty small team. Yeah.
Congratulations on Congratulations on making history at the All Canadian Wine Championship. What you guys have accomplished in the last 10 years, it's absolutely unbelievable. And what I would like to hear from you, it's how do you feel after when they called you and they said, Bruno, this is the All Canadian Wine Championship. We want to tell you that you won double gold. What was your reaction?
Well, first of all, I was outside working and Stella came running out and she was sort of jumping up and down. She's come read this email. So I quickly read it and it said that we won best of category, double gold. And I wasn't sure if it was our glass bottle or our cans because we put in for a couple different competitions. And then once I realized it was our wine and can, the Heart of Gold, of course, it started sinking. It took a while to sink in. And then I realized, wow, this is pretty amazing because this is when I started this 2 years ago, my goal was to obviously from day one to put premium wine in can. I wanted the best. So I put my award winners in a can. And I had a goal, Stella and I had a goal that we were going to be the first winery, not only from the South Okanagan to release wine in can. We did a white, a rosé, and a red. But I also wanted to be the first winery to actually win some kind of an award against glass bottles. So we were pretty excited, and it took a while to really sink in, realizing that this is the first time it's happened. We've won awards before, and it's always nice to win awards, but this one was kind of special because it was we put a lot of hard work in the last 2-3 years to get the wine in the can developed. It was just a lot of sleepless nights. Are we doing the right thing? Are people going to gravitate to them? We just kept believing in ourselves, and we just kept moving forward, and they've caught on really well. And yeah, so we were extremely excited, and we still are. I mean, it's amazing. So
you can feel the excitement when you walk to the winery because I can tell. I was there last week, and I had the privilege to watch from my own eye how the canning experience, how the canning process is happening, and it's super super cool. If you have like maybe 1 minute of a quick clip, Mira, do you have it close by? I would like to show people just a quick little clip of how it works, because it's very impressive.
Yes, I will in just a minute. All right. I'm just, it's going to be easier if I download it. So yeah, I will in a few minutes. We'll come right back.
No problem. Bruno, tell me,
Yes.
what is the proportion of your juice that you put in can? Let's say can versus bottle. What is the proportion?
Oh,
I should have sent you a list of questions.
you should have sent me a list of questions. It's growing. Can I at least say that? The proportion, probably right now 25%, but we're hoping that by next year we're going to be at least half of our wines in cans, and we'll always have glass bottles. When you come into our wine shop, the first thing you see is glass bottles, and then you look around and they go, oh yeah, they got cans too. So we're very still predominantly bottles, but the cans are really starting to take off. Obviously, we've got a couple new markets that we've introduced them to. One of the cool ones is the airlines. So we landed. We're on board. I shouldn't say we landed, but we're on board now. We're flying high with an airline here in Western Canada called Air North. They started in June, and they've already put in. We just shipped again today another pallet. I mean, it's going so well, and they fly all over Western Canada, and they're based out of Whitehorse. And then today we already started talking to another airline. I won't mention them right now, but they received samples today and our package, and they're interested as well. So that's a whole new market for us that we would have never got with our bottles. And golf carts on golf courses. We got quite a few golf courses this year, and when I go in to see, and my reps, when they go in and I tell them the can fits perfectly in a cup holder in the golf cart. And so it just makes sense. There's so many new areas that you can take a wine, camping, hiking. You can take people ask me, this well, you can't take it to church. I said, why not? You can put it in your jacket if you want in the church. But you can take them pretty much anywhere. Take them to a fancy dinner party. We have wonderful wines. Even the red wine it just explodes with aromas, and it's solid red wine. It's a Merlot. So you could take these to a fancy dinner party and not be afraid to put it on a table. So,
you know, Bruno, last week we did a little dinner here at our house with members from all over the country. That was like 22 people. And on purpose, I brought a case from the winery the morning of. And before we started to taste some pretty high-end wines, I opened 2 cans of each of the 4. And I swear, I'm not joking, that even at the end, while we were tasting dessert wine, 4 hours after that we finished the can, people were still talking about the cans, because it's such a it's such a good starter of a conversation, right? You bring that to a dinner party and people start talking about it right away.
Exactly. And it's just so new. But here in Canada, but it's been happening in other parts of the world. We're behind. In the United States, it's been going there for a few years. And last year, it was the fastest growing segment in the wine business. I think it grew last year about 65%, which is pretty amazing. So, and the technology is there now. Maybe just when screw caps came on board a number of years ago, we were one of the last wineries to use screw caps, because we were kind of reluctant to get in the new technology. We were happy to use cork. We knew what we were doing. We didn't want to make any mistakes. But then after a while, everyone was in screw caps, and the consumers were quite confident in picking up a wine that had a screw cap. Same like beer, when it went from bottle to can. So in a few years, you will see a lot of wine in can. We just happen to jump on early, and we're taking the benefits as we go. But then also proving that the wine in a can is good by winning a double gold best of category at the All Canadians. That proves right there that you shouldn't be afraid to pick it up and give it a try. And you pour it in a glass alongside our wine that comes in a bottle, you can't tell the difference. It's exactly the same. So there you go. I mean, we're in it, and we're going to stick with it. We're on our third canning run. We just finished this last week. There we go. We just finished 25,000 more cans last week, and we're gonna probably have to do it again before the year's over. So it's coming along really well. We're confident.
Mira, okay. Do you want to go?
I was just figuring out how that video works, but that's fascinating. You know, that you reminded us, Bruno, that yes, it wasn't so long ago that we were a little weary of canned beer, and it wasn't so long ago that, you know, like whenever there's these changes, you're a bit weary. We were skeptical at first, like really.
Yeah.
And
the technology to do this has to be developed really well first, and the supply chain to getting the materials in, and you know, even the canning line that we use. We were the first ones to use that canning line, and it's a really expensive state-of-the-art piece of equipment. And our winery was the first one to actually use it. That was a little over a year ago. And so we had to tweak it, and you know, there was some damage, right? And it took a while, but this last canning run we just did went flawless. We were so pleased with the results this time around, and it was the third time they'd done it here, so we knew exactly what to do, you know, and that's what I'm seeing. The technology and the supply chain has to be there, and it is now, and that's the difference. So you've got good cans, you got good product, and you got good equipment and a good process to go through to put wine in a can. And we did our first annual wine tasting out of a can from our first launch back in June. So we waited 1 year. We pulled some cans out that we had in our cellar, and I got 10 years worth of tastings to do, because I put enough in that it'll last me 10 years to do these tastings. We did our first one in June, our first annual. We opened each can, and they tasted as fresh and as good and as solid as when we first put them in. There was like no change in it at all. And so that really propelled us and gave us a lot more confidence, knowing that we can say, well, 12 months for sure, and it's just going to keep on going on for shelf life.
This is an absolute new language here. We just put some can out of the cellar. And you know, we never said that before. You know what?
It was in my cellar.
Hey, Mira, can you go get me some older 2018 can from the cellar, please? Can you imagine? This is something we've never said before. This is so cool. I love it.
And in next year, we'll do a 3-year vertical. How's that? With out of the cellar. So that's part of our process also is to make sure that each year people ask us, what's the shelf life? They always want to know, what's the shelf life? And
fair question.
It's a good question, and not everybody really knows because it's so new. So we are proving it. So that's why I put 10 years worth of wine out of my first batch in the cellar, so that and then I'm going to do each time we do this, we put it in the cellar, and then we pull it out after 1 year.
And it's so interesting that you say that, because now it proved that you had a vision. It was not just a one-off, let's try something. You had a vision. You had a very long-term vision, and stacking the cellar for a 10 years plan to see year over year how things is developed. That just show that for you knew that was going on the long-term run. That's for sure.
Well, once we got started, we put a lot into this. A lot of time, energy, expense, sleepless nights. I wasn't going to do a one-off. It was when we made a decision 2 years ago to do this, you know, although we were nervous, we just knew it would work, and we had the confidence, and here we are after our third run already, and
a double gold medal.
I'm not looking back at all. Yeah, that gold medal, that double gold, not just a gold, double gold. That was the icing on the cake for us.
And I think you won Best of Show at the Rocky Mountain Wine Festival in Calgary and in Edmonton as well. So the
wines that we put in had 2 years in a row at the Wine Fest Alberta, Rocky Mountain, and Wine Fest. All three of the wines that we put in cans, the Heart of Gold, our white blend, our Pinot Duetto, the red blend, and the Merlot. That's the Rosé, and then you got the Merlot. Anyways, the last 2 years at Wine Fest, we took People's Choice Award. We swept Wine Fest with those three wines. And so after doing it 2 years in a row, and I'm talking about wines from 14 countries and hundreds of wines, and we ended up sweeping Wine Fest. It's amazing. And that's when we said, we're putting those effing wines in cans. Sorry,
I'm disappointed because
that's exactly what I said. And I won't use the word right now, but that's exactly how I phrased it. We're going to put those effing wines in cans and watch out. We're going to shake things up a bit.
Oh, yeah, and you're doing it. And before we get to the video, I want to know, there's something, it's like, I want to know the reaction, how people react when they go in the tasting room. And I know that you spend most of your time on your tractor. You spend a lot of time in the vineyard, but Stella, your partner, as most of her time is in the tasting room. What's people reaction? What she tells people, hey, you should taste these wines out of the can. As people are pushing back a little bit, or people are excited about it, and how they leave the tasting room.
Right. So there's a couple things. I'll make it quick, but we do have a great big sign at our entrance. It's 12 feet, 14 feet tall. We spent a lot of money on this sign, but it just says wine in cans, and it's got these pictures, high-res pictures of our cans. So when you pull into our place, you can't help but notice it. So majority of people that do come into the wine shop already know that we have a wine in can. And a lot of people have said, hey, you know what? I need some wine in can. I'm going boating. I'm going camping. And this is awesome. They just think it's great. They think it's great. And for the odd person that didn't see the sign and they walk in and then they realize there's cans, sometimes there's a bit of, they're not sure, right? There's a little bit of uncertainty there. But Stella is really good at her job, and she greets them well. I mean, you have to come in for the experience. If you ever come by our place, you got to come in. Stella does an absolute great job. I don't even go near her when she's doing it. That's why I don't work in the wine shop much. But, I mean, she doesn't just talk about the cans. I mean, we've got bottles too. We got other varietals that, she's pushing. We got to sell everything. It's not just cans. But, then she'll eventually bring them out and she'll do the tasting, and people are just blown away. And this is, I would have never thought that this wine came out of a can. So, yeah, there's a lot of startled looks, and then they walk out, and they walk out with bottles and cans. A lot of times people come in because they see the wine in can, and then they taste a bunch of bottles of wine. Because we don't charge for a tasting fee here at our wine shop, so it allows people to taste lots of wines. We're not about collecting a few bucks here and there for a tasting fee. We just want to get the people sample the wines, and hardly anybody ever leaves here without buying wine anyway. And it's just very cumbersome to go through the whole process. We've been here for 15 years. This is our 15th season now, and we have never charged for sampling. So you can come in anytime, and then you can try the wine in can.
Mira, do you have because I know that sometimes you have different questions than I have for our people. So tell me what's brewing in your head right now, because I know you're dying to ask Bruno some cool stuff here.
Oh, I think it's great. I think your vision to have the look back in your cellar and be able to see how well they age and stuff. I think that's fascinating, because I think that's one of the questions people often have is, well, how does it age, right? So that the fact that you're transparently saying, hey, this is innovation. No one on the planet knows
Yeah,
if wine can age as well after 5-10 years. We don't know yet, right? So you're going to find out for us.
well, and you have to put, first of all, you have to put good wine in cans, because you can't hide. Once you put it in there, and it goes out of the marketplace, and it's the wine is like inferior or not as good, or this, you're going to hear about it pretty darn quick. And then all of a sudden you got a bunch of inventory you don't know what to do with. You have to sell it.
And you can't blame it. You can't blame it on cork issues or something.
No, I mean, when it goes in the can, I do the winemaking, and no one else touches the wines but me when I'm making the wine. I am constantly analyzing it, testing it, tasting it. And even when the canning company comes to my place, it's like I'm always so nervous, right? Like, did I make it right? Is it all like, but I've been making these wines for 15 years. I think I know what I'm doing, but I always second guess myself, thinking that, okay, it's going out of the marketplace. It's going on airlines. It's going on golf course. It's going on restaurants. It's even restaurants are buying them for the patios. It's going to ski resorts. And so when you know these things, and thousands of people are drinking your wine, you have to make, you just can't get away from it. You have to make good wine. And I just proved it by getting a double gold. And
it's great.
That's my philosophy. And I think that's as long as when other wineries start doing this, and there are some, they have to do the same thing, because otherwise it's going to get a bad reputation. Put your best stuff in a can. That's all I can say. Just do that, and it will be a success.
And that's why
I have to say how enjoyable this is on the start of my birthday evening. There's even a little bit of that saltiness afterwards on your lips, and it's got a nice, it's just so enjoyable. I love it. What were you going to say, Carl? Do you want to play that video?
Because I know exactly where the juice comes from, and I would like Bruno to tell our people, because it's not like if you're buying grapes or buying bulk juice all over the south of the Okanagan to preserve your good grapes, to put in bottles and can some bulk juice. This is completely the opposite. 100% of your fruit is from the Golden Miles, and almost 100% from your estate, correct?
Everything that is in the cans, absolutely. It comes off of my vineyard, right outside here. I have a couple people that work for me in the vineyard, but the rest of the time it's myself. I take care of the vineyard. I make sure that the grapes are grown exquisitely, that they're picked at the right time. So I get the acids I'm looking for, and I get for the whites, and for all my reds, I get the bricks, the sugar levels, and the flavor. Like last year, I got 26 bricks on my Merlot. I don't know if that means much to everybody, but
it does to me.
Okay. Well, and you mentioned it. We're on the Golden Mile, and the vineyard that we have was planted 40 years ago. So I have 40-year-old vines. And the Golden Mile is the premier vineyard location, I believe, in Canada. And we're dead center. We are in the heart. We were one of the original Golden Mile vineyards that started, I don't even know when. The Golden Mile was introduced almost 100 years ago. But so we don't struggle with ripeness and the quality of the grape. Well, there's a lot of work that goes into it, but we get so much heat and sunshine. And in the fall, we get the coolness that helps give the Pinot Noir its acidity. So we just got, it's like a perfect storm here. We got beautiful weather. In the 15 years, I've never had a bad crop. I always get the crop off. I've never had a problem with it. And so when you get a good grape, you can make good wine. I mean, you can make wine from bad grapes, but it's hard. So why not make it easy on yourself when you grow a good crop of grapes? And I grow my own. So far, I haven't. I bought some grapes in the past. I've had farmers come here and say, "Hey, do you want some of these grapes?" And yeah, okay. So I've never really needed them. I have enough of my own. So for now, that's how we're doing it. Just my own crop.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. Should we show a little bit of this video, Carl?
I would love to. Yeah, Bruno, can we travel back like last week and show the people what we've done together?
Bring back some memories. Okay, sure. Let's do it.
So this was Carl visiting here. He's at your vineyard. And let's see here. Well,
BC, I am in Oliver, BC, on the Golden Miles. I am at here at Castoro de Oro. It's a small little family-owned winery on the Golden Miles. A small little, like 7.5 acres, producing Pinot Noir, Pinot Blanc, Chardonnay, Merlot, Cap Franc, Vidal. So a bunch of cool stuff. We've talked about Castoro de Oro before here in the club.
So maybe I'll just speed us forward right to when you go to the exciting.
Right to the canning.
Yeah, so he's walking in here. He's walking in, and first we see
the tractor. The tractor. Backtrack. I want to hear everybody show the tractor.
That's one of my tractors. I got a few of them, but that's my 1978 Massey tractor. It's 40 some odd years old, or maybe 50. I don't even know. Do the math. But it's amazing. I was just on it today, working in the vineyard. I have a new one too. I got a nice new Kubota, but yeah.
That's great. And then we head over to your canning here. Is this it, Carl?
Yep.
There you go. So where's the ladies? There was a group here.
Yeah, just on the other side. What I'm just showing is where the tanks are, and I show the tube who bring the wines from the tank all the way into the machine. And this is what you're that. See, that is the tube that I'm talking about.
We call them hoses, but that's okay.
So the hose is bringing the wine over to the assembly.
Yeah, it's the pump is pulling the wine out of the tank, and then it's fed directly into the canning unit.
Fun. Let's see what
they also have the hard gold. It's their white blend that just won double gold, and also a new oak Chardonnay that I'm gonna taste right after that. I'm pretty stoked to try the Chardonnay. So here, okay. So that's all of the can here.
It kind of makes an upside down bottle shape, doesn't it? Like as the cans are coming down, hey?
Well, that's the feeder. Yeah, they take a full pallet and they just keep lifting it up, and then they feed the top layer of the pallet into the machine. So it feeds them. You don't have to hand feed them.
Neat.
So I'm gonna go around here.
There they are.
There you go. I'll go around. Okay, so that's from one side of the line here. And I'm gonna go on the other side so you guys can see a little bit more of how the wine has been put in can. Here. This portable line is owned by a company based in Vancouver, so they come around here and it's all adjustable. It's pretty cool the way it's all set up. So what you can see here, it's 5 cans at a time. You see, we're pouring 5 at a time. And on the other side, what you can see here, it's the liquid nitrogen, and they seal the can. Pretty cool, eh? So,
It's cool.
That is awesome.
Hey, I'm not a cameraman on any shape or form, but I like
No,
the last part was pretty bang on though.
yeah, that was good. That was good. Yeah, and so we're running a rate there of around, I think that was around 38 cans a minute. So it took us 3 days, but we got over 24,000 cans, and we were working pretty hard. And I'm glad that was over.
Bruno,
Fantastic.
what's the okay? Go ahead, Mira.
Oh, I was going to say one of the interesting things was Carl came back and we had the cans that you guys canned that day, I think. We had them that night. And I said, Carl, isn't there going to be like bottle shock? Do we have to wait 3 or 4 months before we have these wines? And he said, no, and they tasted great.
They tasted good. Like, there might be a little bit. I should always say things like that because I do believe there might be a little bit of bottle shock there. It's not really bottle shock. It's more like can shock. But I just like to say that they're going to get better over time a little bit. Like, let them settle down even after a couple of weeks after canning. Because the wine does get disturbed somewhat and it likes to settle down. And you had them that very first day and they were good because they're drinkable. But I would imagine that even now, a week or 2 later, they'll be settled down and probably even slightly better. But by the way, we just picked up the medal for the.
Oh, you got it now.
I got the hardware yesterday. So
there you go. There you go.
Great.
Woo-hoo! That's
the
the
category
double
double
live here with Carl's Wine Club.
For the heart of gold. There. Oh God, I can't do this right. There we go. There's a shot right there. First time in history we've been able to do that. Okay.
Amazing.
Awesome.
I got the hardware, and it's solid gold. I think, maybe not. Okay.
That's awesome.
Well, we're glad to
that.
have you in. That was awesome to have you in, Bruno. Thank you so much for taking the time.
I really appreciate the time. And for those people that are still unsure about the cans, we also have the Heart of Gold in bottle format, and all of our wines are in bottles. So, but either way, don't be afraid. Try it out. I know you're doing a flash feature this week or today, or I don't know the details on the cans. Try it out. Give it a shot. Summer's still on. You might want to go to the beach yet. You might want to go camping, grab some cans and have a great time.
Hey, Bruno, I think there's one thing before we go that you told me. I asked you a brief question when I was with you last week. I said, Bruno, have you ever thought of switching your whole production to can? And I was shocked. I was just going fishing when I asked you that. I was just trying to spark a conversation. And you look at me and say, yeah, why not? I was like,
that all depends on the customers. I don't like to do anything like that unless I know I've got some customers behind me. So right now we've got some great customers that are looking, like the airlines is an example. That's a great new market for us. And the way they're ordering this stuff right now, they may force us to do this. If it comes to that, you know what? I'll look at Stella one day and I says, we're going all in cans. And she'll look at me and she'll go F&A. And, yeah, I mean, I would only do it if the market dictates it, really. But I wouldn't be afraid to do it right now. I wouldn't hesitate. I would do it.
It's so refreshing talking to you. I love it. And I'm super grateful to have you on. Thanks for spending the time with us. Thanks for bringing this new perspective to all of us, wine snob, and open our eyes and our new horizon.
Don't be a snob, for God's sake. Just enjoy the wine and drink it and have fun.
It's freaking great juice, for God's sake, right?
It is. Absolutely.
Thanks, Bruno.
Nice talking to you guys. and we'll.
I need to swing by. Bruno, I need to swing by tomorrow. I have a member who's driving to Calgary Friday morning and need her case, her order of 24 cans. So I'm going to swing by tomorrow and go see you.
We're around. We're here. Just pop over.
We're missing the beach down there. Carl took me on a shopping spree for my birthday, and I have new bathing suits. So I'm gonna go check out the beach.
A little bit less smoke today. So, but yes, tomorrow should be nice.
Get the tractor ready. I'm taking the kids with me.
We could take a wagon ride out in the vineyard with the tractor.
That's what I'm talking
Oh
about.
my
You
God!
wanna do that? Let's do it. I'll get the
Let's
wagon.
do
all set
it.
up.
We'll
Okay.
see you tomorrow afternoon.
Shoot me a text. Shoot me a text when you're on your way, then I'll get the wagon hooked up.
Oh
Perfect.
my God!
Take
That'd be
care.
amazing.
Thanks a million, Bruno. You have a good evening. Thanks for joining us.
All right, guys. Mira, happy birthday. Carl, nice to see you. And
Take care.
Thank you so much,
bye,
Bruno.
everybody.
Congratulations
Say hi.
again.
Say hi to Stella for us.
I
Thank
will.
you.
She's out walking the dog, but I'll say hi.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's so great.
How refreshing is that, eh?
Really fun.
So cool, so cool. I love that guy. I just wish I lived closer, so I feel like this guy can be a good friend.
Well, you know what? West Kelowna, we're an hour and 20 minutes from Oliver, I think.
Yeah,
So,
an hour and a half. Yeah, that's where we're at. So anyhow, wow, what a great show. I think I kind of I lost my grumpiness after breaking a bottle just before the show. I feel great.
Right before we started, a really nice bottle that we just got of, what was it, Cab Franc?
Yeah, single vineyard Cap Franc from Ontario.
A new one that we were excited to review. So, yes, it fell. Which, you know what it tells me, Carl Boucher? It tells me that we really need to reorganize the freaking cellar.
It's a fucking gong show in here.
It's a disaster.
Fucking disaster. Yeah. So, but guess what? Okay, let's not get back there because I was extremely grumpy. Now I feel good. That unoaked Chardonnay in the can put me in a great mood. I have a good vibe right now. It's Mira Boucher's birthday. I want to keep celebrating. And guess what? I want to take you on a ride tonight. I want to take you on a journey to the cellar and to good food. So,
Really?
let's keep going.
Let's go. That'll be awesome. We'll post some pictures later. We'll see what we end up cracking. It'll be lots of fun. So thanks for stopping by, you guys. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Holy cow. I feel so loved. Thank you.
Hey, tomorrow, what's going on tomorrow? We have a special guest. We have a Cellar Confidential tomorrow.
Totally. So tomorrow we have Sue-Ann's staff who has fascinating stories. Let me see if I can find a picture of her. But she does things like barrel spinning. And if you even know what that is, she takes big barrels and she can spin them. And she's notorious for this. So we're doing a Cellar Confidential with her. She's like won probably well over 500 awards now. She's been a winemaker for
an absolute firecracker. She's one of the coolest person in the Ontario wine industry. And we have the privilege to have her on tonight for an hour with us. Tomorrow night. So that's why we can't spend too long tomorrow on the beach in Oliver.
That's right. So we'll have to leave early to go to the beach.
Okay. So, Canadian wine lovers, Carl's Wine Club members, tous nos membres au pays, en français, en anglais, thank you so much for joining us. Mira, happy birthday, sweetheart.
Thank you so much.
Everyone, have a good night. Cheers. Chat with you tomorrow with Sue-Ann. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers.